Ladies and gentlemen, Brian the Beer Snob.
Welcome back to the Hardcore Pub, everybody. Once again, it's another beautiful day, so I'm outside enjoying it. I think I'm in the shade a little bit, so my face might look a little dark. But I'm going to be reviewing a beer here that I picked up. I want to say I picked this up in London when I was there for spring break. This is Hanoi Beer, premium beer. Hanoi Beer is brewed by using the finest malt, rice, and hops obtainable throughout the world. Ooh, so this was, it says best before 21/10/2024, which I assume, I know Americans, we get our dates different than everybody else does. We say month, day, year. I think the rest of the world does day, month, year. So this would be October 21st of 2024. So, imported by Longdan Limited. Alcohol strength 4.9% alcohol. Water, barley, malt, rice, and hops. So, let me see here. Not sure if you can read it or not out here, but that's what it looks like. Smells nice. It's light, just like I was expecting it to be. I've never been to Vietnam. As far as the Asian countries, I've been to Japan and Thailand. Would like to go to Vietnam someday. Who knows? Maybe it's in the works. I'll have to see. But when I do get there, I do plan on trying a lot of the local Vietnamese beers. Let's see how this one tastes. Like I said, this one I bought in England. It says product of Vietnam though, so it was brewed in Vietnam and imported into the UK. So this is the real deal. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. It's quite delicious on this hot day. It doesn't have like explosive flavor, but I wasn't expecting that either. But this would be really good in a hot climate. And like I said, I've never been to Vietnam before, but when I was in Japan, that was back in 1992. I was in the Marine Corps, and I was not a beer snob back in those days. And what we did on the base was we would have I don't remember what we called it, but it was like friendship type days where we would play softball, and it would be, you know, us Americans and the Japanese would come on the base, and they would have a team and we would play. And one of the things that we would do is, you know, of course we had our American beers that we could buy on base, and they would bring their Japanese beers. And then if you weren't on the field, you know, playing, or if you weren't batting, you would, you know, grab a couple of your beers and you'd walk over to their, you know, dugout, and you'd give them your beers, they'd give you some of yours and go back. And I can just remember that I really couldn't handle the Japanese beers back in those days. They would just give me a pounding headache halfway through the can. But those days are over. Like I said, I appreciate a lot more now. So back then I was stuck in my simple, you know, must be a light beer. Must be a light beer. If it's a regular strength beer, I'm not gonna like it because it was too much for me. But see, now I don't like the light beers. I prefer the more flavorful beers. And this, for what it is, this does not say it's light, so I'm just going to assume it just says premium beer. This is a regular beer, and the flavor is quite nice. Like I say, it's a beer flavored beer, so there's nothing wild and wacky about the flavors in it. It just tastes like beer. But you know, I like the fact it's from Vietnam. It's brewed in Vietnam, and here I am. Bought it in England, but I'm enjoying it here in the United States. That's wonderful. Beer is an amazing thing, you know. I love it. It looks beautiful out in the sun, the way the sun's hitting the bubbles coming up, and I could just sit there and watch that all day long. I think I have one more Vietnam beer, and then I've got Red Horse, which I was looking for the Philippine version of it. The one that I found over in London was the Hong Kong version. That's okay. We're going to be drinking it, and it's going to be fantastic. So thanks for stopping by outside the Hardport Pub. Hopefully you can hear the birds and not so much of the noise that's going on in the neighborhood today. So thanks again for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Till then. Beer flavored beer from Vietnam.
Please subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss anything from the Hardcore Pub.